Morning class. It's that time of the week again where I assess how badly you all got on at the weekend. Now we'll start with Citizen Beams, who I might add is in line for the end of year awards for the Play Your Cards Right award. He's been very cleverly using his double chance card, which has basically got him a freebie through to the next round. He's not so good with his role reversals, of course, because he's challenged the Guru twice, and both times my genius has meant he's got one of these. But he did get one of these as well. On to Booby. Once the BTG hero. He's fallen from grace in recent times, and another one of these sees him desperately clinging on to third place in the rankings, and he's only holding on to third place in the rankings because of the postponed match at the weekend. More about that later. On to Samson. Very headstrong Samson, the proverbial bull in the china shop. I don't think there's an awful lot of thought that goes into your responses, but a bell's a bell, so you have got a tinkle. On to Skinner. No century Skinner, and trying to change your mind after answering. Well, it's a disgrace really, but I'm going to just waive that for now. You don't get one of these, I'm afraid. But you won't get one of those either for the FA Cup. This is where we had a bit of a problem. Shocking events at the lane meant that the game wasn't completed. And I've decided that the fairest course of action is to put that particular competition on hold until it has been played. I re-watched the video with the question, and it definitely says how many will go to replays. Of course, I could be really evil and say, well, this one's got to be replayed, that's 2. But I'm not doing that. I think the fairest course of action is to just leave it pending. Once the game's been played, you'll get your point and you'll get your... and then we can move on. Okay? Now, let's move on to Nadine. It's a case of ditto for you. You get one of those, and you don't get one of those or one of those because of the FA Cup. Oh, what's happened here? Yes, oh, I see, yes. Thank you for your compliment on my videos. I love my own videos, of course. And yes, Mrs. Beams served up a lovely pair of scones for myself and Citizen Beams to share. Very tasty indeed. I think you could probably see that from the vid, couldn't you? On to Gilroy. I've decided to allow you to keep your amenable status, Gilroy. But I've thought about it a lot, and I'm afraid I had to add the Timeform Sports Guru squiggle to your file. It was quite outrageous. Trying to, again, like Skinner, changing your answer. Although he didn't actually change his, he just suggested that he would be able to. You seem to deliberately try and cheat. Shocking, absolutely shocking. I am firm but fair. You did get one of these. Well done, lad. Now finally on to Lloyd and Scott. Lloyd, no centuries. By the way, Lloyd, I'd like to ask you, does Mr. Lloyd still have the touch of an elephant? I bet he does, doesn't he? And now Scott. Well, what can I say? Almost certainly the finest sporting specimen in the classroom. But alas, a big underachiever. So far anyway. If you get next week's question wrong, Scott, you'll be entering the rankings on a lowly 20%. That's terrible. We'll have to wait and see. You may still do better. I hope so. Anyway, I'll be seeing you on Friday.